third grade, Unit 1, Lesson 3. Date being taught is Thursday, 8/22. Focus here is still on Standard 3.08.1, but interpreting the meaning of factors. So being able to understand if a factor is groups or a factor is amount in each group based on either a story problem or visual model. Aim, standard is the same as the last 2 days, so I'm not going to dive into that, but the aim is explain the meaning of factors and products in multiplication equations by identifying the groups, amount in each group, or total. So this is understanding that there's two factors. One of them might represent a group, one of them might represent an amount in each group. That's spoken to here by saying which numbers represent the group's rows, the group's rows, the amount in each group row, and the total. What's important to note here is that there's actually exemplar student responses provided. And so in the discussion that you're having kids guide and lead through the intro to new material, the discussion, the workshop, you want scholars being able to develop the speaking and listening skills to vocalize this quality or higher vocal response and then transferring it to a written response. This is the visual anchor for the day. It is not great. Again, this is going to be like the key understanding of the visual anchors provided. But I think that what's good about it is you see all three different types of representations with the think about it. What does each part of the multiplication situation represent? This is two equal groups with the same amount in each group. This is two equal rows with the same amount in each row. Two groups with 6 in each group with the total product. This is the total product, but this is the more solved rather than the representative. Okie dokie. All right, problem of the day. Getting my big question down and I'll get that annotation labeled. Robbie buys cartons of eggs at the store. Each carton has 2 rows of eggs in equal groups and a total of 12 eggs. How many eggs are in each row? So this is much different than what kids have seen the last 2 days where they have the given groups amount in each group, but the total or product was unknown. So I'm going to need to solve for how many eggs are in each row, find, and I actually want to write find missing factor, and I'm going to write equals amount in each group, and I'll write amount in each row. Task 1, rep cartons. Task 2, find amount in each row. I'll write that because it's there. Represent. And I know from the visual here that there are 3 representations that they provided. So I'm going to talk you through it. I know that there are 2 rows of eggs, and so I'm going to call those the 2 groups. Two rows of eggs, and I know that the total equals 12 total eggs, so I'm going to share them out. This is actually the beginning of division thinking. So I know I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because multiplication is equal amounts always. If it didn't have equal amounts, it would not be right. 6 eggs per row. And then I'm going to create an array as well. I could have done that as well, where it's 2 rows and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 6 rows. Oops. 6 eggs per row, and then I know that I have 2 rows of 6 eggs, which equals 2 times 6 equals 12 factor product, and I didn't give myself enough room down here, but this is 2 rows of 6 eggs total. And then I've solved through this because the representation actually led to the solving. I guess I could have thinking now back on what I just did, I would have left this just 2 circles blank in the middle, and then this is actually all of my solving, the complete sentence answer of there are 6 eggs per row. Down here, you're asked to find again the missing factor, product, group, amount in each group, total. If I have a total of 10 and 5 in each row, blank rows would go right to this annotation component, 5 in each row, and then 10 total. 1, 2. 2 times 5 equals 10. That's how we go about solving that. So a lot of this is kids being able to interpret. This is 1, 2, 3. Great. They can see that there's 3 groups. 1, 2, 3. Seeing that there are 3 rows. 4 in each row. 4 in each group. Total of 12 each time. So throughout this, kids are asked to think about visually what do they see and making sense of it with an array from that first day's group understanding, and then to the equation. And the equation is important because they need to not invert the groups and amount in each group.